All right, it's the 1878 Casuals again. It's your man Sinatra. I'm here with English. I'm here with Madface and LA's top one, Bandido. We're brought to you by Terrace Cult and Moo Mia Ice Cream, the best ice cream in all the world. All right, boys. So let's the first topic we're going to get into is our Hollywood Europa League tie versus the Catalonians. So what are your thoughts on that?
FIFA corruption.
I hate that this isn't like a semifinal, right? There's something about an proper old school tie like Barcelona and United. It should not be a round of 32 fucking playoff, right? I mean,
is that what it is? The round of 32?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Maybe they go for ratings.
The dropout Champions League side to the second place in the group, which is us. So United have no one to blame but themselves. So yeah, it's an extra two games in February, which we don't need, and then it's against probably the strongest side. Yeah, they're not the Barcelona of old, but they still got really good players, and actually they're top of the Spanish league right now. So go figure that. Even I was reading Xavi was even saying, this is the toughest draw that Barca could have gotten. It's something they really don't need at this point, and the way they're playing. So they're not happy about it either.
Well, they got spanked. Didn't they get spanked 4-0 earlier this season?
Yeah, they did well in the derby, but they
got spanked a couple times.
Yeah, I think we do better with better teams, though. I think
it's interesting because Frankie didn't want to come to United to play Europa League and did. It's like, hey, Frank, hey, like what?
Yeah. He's gonna.
I hope they do some real shithousery to him.
He's gonna get some shithousery goes down at Old Trafford, right?
Is it Old Trafford?
Yeah, it's at Trafford.
Yeah, at least the first leg will be.
Yeah, two-legged tie.
No one's afraid to come into Old Trafford anymore. Not even the away fans.
We've been playing pretty well at home, so our bad performances that we've had, the worst three, right, have all been away.
And we definitely need the crowd into it, right, against a game like Barcelona. They still say that tie, what was a quarterfinal in the Cup Winners' Cup, when it was Maradona versus Captain Marvel, Brian Robson, that's still the loudest ever been at Old Trafford, is what the old heads say. So.
Yeah, no one was shouting Argentina then, I can guarantee you, my friend.
Yeah, I talked to a couple old timers who were at that match, and a lot of them were like, if they weren't at that Barcelona 99, that Cup Winners' Cup is what always comes up as their favorite match they've ever been to.
Even what was it, when we had the Chivas event, when we had Gary Bailey, I was chatting his ear off, and he mentioned the same thing. As a player, that was his most exciting match to be a part of, because he had said the same thing about the crowd, that you could feel it, on the pitch.
Yeah, what a joke that event was, man.
No,
what an atmosphere, right? To come back, we needed 2 goals to tie it.
And then they carried Brian Robson off the pitch.
The two clubs, historical clubs, have a history of playing each other in European competition. So, what do you guys think? Ten Hag is going to put a lot of emphasis on winning this or advancing out of this round at least.
We playing them in February, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll know if we have some new troops or one troop. Hopefully we sign some reinforcement attacking.
You're talking about that January window?
Yeah, because if we play in February, hopefully we sign somebody to help out, because we need help up top. I think our defenses can get us through till summer, but I'll be excited. We're all going to be up for it. I'm excited. I mean, it's Barca. It's still Barca. And I have a reason to hate them because the young character, that whole, it's not his fault. It's a lot to do with our side too, but it's just something for us to get all riled up. It'll be fun if we win.
Well, my hope is that we've got, some players back that are healthy, right? So we've got, because if we've got a full strength side, you got to feel like you got to like our chances, right? Because we play better when we've got, if Martial's back and flying, we haven't even had Anthony the last couple matches. You got to have, healthy Anthony, Varane back. You got to feel like we could match up.
We're going to win. Like I said, we're going to win the Europa, win the FA Cup, runners up in the league. We're going to win the Europa. We're going to beat Barcelona. Hands down. If we're going to win Europa, we've got to beat Barcelona. There you go. That's my prediction. No, seriously.
I mean, we don't have a great record against them, though. We haven't beaten them since what? The semifinal in 2008?
So it's
yeah, but we need to beat this Barca team.
The last time was 2018, and then we got really embarrassed, right?
Was that? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That was a shit show.
So, like you're saying, Ryan, our starting 11 on paper is pretty good, pretty solid. It's always the depth that we lack. So if we have everybody healthy, our starting 11 versus whoever they can throw out there, I like our chances too.
I really do.
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's nobody there that I don't know. Oh, they have what's his name? Lewandowski.
They do have Louis.
Yeah, Pedri.
That'll be the problem.
Gavi. They got some exciting young players, right? They got
Memphis Depay.
They got back-to-back Golden Boys, right? So they got some young, exciting players, and they're going to come out to play. They got an open style, so something that kind of suits our, a nice, attractive style of football.
And another side to it is Bandido's El Tri is going to be seeing Lewandowski in Qatar. So you know what job one is.
Two studs up.
Straight to a kneecap.
Yeah, well, hopefully Spanish team jinx doesn't prevail against this side either.
Yeah, we haven't been playing good against Spanish sides.
I don't know, but when we did the treble, it wasn't an easy route that year either. So if it seems to be the harder it is for us, the better we play. But fingers crossed.
I feel confident against Barca. We have the better gaffer, we have the better roster, and it's just gonna be a nice night at Trafford.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if we knocked them out. How long would Xavi, last in the driver's seat?
Their fan base is it's a rough one because they'll turn on a manager, they'll turn on players. Just speaking to some Barca supporters at work and stuff. They're not completely sold on the job he's doing and that he's the right man for the job. They think he favors Spanish players over who may be the best in the situation. So if they crash out of this, it'll be interesting to see what Barca fans think about Xavi.
Yeah, I think go get Pep then.
Interesting. All right, so moving on to Villa, another cup tie. So we got to go with our strongest 11, right? We didn't look good at the weekend, so we've got to do something here, right? And we're back at home, and honestly, the League Cup's probably our best chance at a trophy, right? At least with the League Cup, it's a shorter competition with the finals in February, and so if you can get your hands on that, that's like that extra bit you need for the rest of the season, right?
Well, we got.
I just want to smash Villa. I don't care if we win this fucking thing. I just want to smash Villa because I got a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry.
We got payback for the weekend, man, and it's my birthday on Thursday, so we gotta smash them. All right, but Yeah,
So you're
only
feeling,
chance we got for silverware. What the fuck, dude?
so you're feeling
FA
it's
we
a,
can't
it's a
take the
little
FA
bit of
Cup
revenge
because
game.
Arsenal's one up on us right now. So and that's our cup, right? That's United's cup. So look, if we play, as we all know, we play the way we know we can play, we're unstoppable. But I'd be curious to see how we come out the gate against Villa if these guys realize what a shit show it was on Sunday and come back to put these guys back in their place. I mean, we've beaten them 85 times. We've beaten them more than anybody we've ever played. And that was a display on Sunday. Come on. So, but and again, of course, it all depends on the referee, doesn't it, lads?
You got a point, Bandito?
Go ahead, Bandito. Sorry.
He does.
Yeah, does the boss put a first team out there? Does he put importance on this? I've always said this is a B team or B side competition, and we don't have that great depth. So yeah, he's got this game and then one more, and then it's going to be a big break. So it'll be interesting to see. Is this the time you rotate and start putting in some of these young players? What do you guys think?
When did this become like a secondary cup? Because I remember growing up, League Cup was a big deal. It was, FA Cup and League Cup, they were a big deal. It wasn't, FA Cup was always a little bit more just because of the number of teams that entered. But when did the League Cup become, first of all, the Caribou Cup? But it's when did it become like second?
Well, the media's done this. The media's done this.
I would say over the last 10 years, it's slowly declined in importance among the, your big six. There's actually an idea that, they don't want to compete in this. Like, they don't want the extra games. They just want to compete in the FA Cup. So yeah, it's true. Like these cups have diminished in their prestige. That's just kind of the reality of it. So it'll be interesting. Does Ten Hag want to go out and win this trophy? Does he want to, be able to win a trophy in his first year? Or does he do heavy rotation?
The League Cup and the Caribou Cup too. You know what I mean? It's like, you got a League Cup Winners' Cup on your wall, or you got the Caribou Cup winner on your wall.
Well, and very few countries in Europe even hold a League Cup anymore, right? I think it's just us and England and France are the only nations still hold. They hope they're the Coupe de la Ligue, and we've still got the Caribou Cup. But for me, it's still a trophy, right? And you're right. Outside of the birdies, no one's really taken it all that seriously over the last 10 years. And they won it like 5 in a row or something insane, because they, a team like that can afford their B team is most teams fucking A team.
That was going to be my point. They have depth. They have depth, and it's like it's a cup where people just come down to reality and say, like, do we really need to win this? And the Stockport, they could put out, like you said, a good B team, so they're going to have a better B team. So they've been doing well over the years. But when it becomes like a lesser deal, it's been media driven. Media has created this top six, and what's the importance of this cup and all that? They control the narrative and all this stuff, and it's just a shame because it's all about commercial now. What's the commercial, and what can teams benefit of playing in certain tournaments?
I mean, despite the, like what Bandito's point is, it's extra games. Do players really want to play in this? Do the clubs really want to play in this? The fans still care, right? Like, if we crash out of this tomorrow, we're going to be pissed, right? Or Thursday or whenever we play, we're going to be pissed, right? Like that's going to feel like a failure, even if it's not, the most prestigious cup in the world. You at least want to have a cup run, right? So to me, to put out another rotation team, especially
I can't lose to Villa 2 times in a row.
Right, it's a matter of pride too. If you like, I'm all joking aside, Ryan says it's the only chance we got silverware. Let's say that is, at the end of the season, we walk away with something. It's always better way to walk away with something than nothing, right? Especially when you're out there on the terraces having a sing song. So, hopefully it unites the team when a team's winning and moving forward, it unites them in other games, I think, if you can win something, you win something else. I don't know, but I think, as Casey said, definitely can't lose to Villa again, that's for sure. You might as well write the season off if they do that.
And our last two major honors are the League Cup and the Europa League. Let's not forget, under Jose
He
Mourinho.
said major honors. I'm sorry.
Hey, anything's a major
I
honor
just
for
lessened
us
the
right
value
now.
of it.
I don't know, what's their
So-
bonuses if they win the League Cup and the Europa compared to if they won the Premier and the UEFA? I'd imagine their bonuses is a little bit different,
So the momentum doesn't really matter much going into the World Cup, right? And we can tell some of the players maybe pulled up a little bit, knowing they're going, into the tournament
What a joke.
at the weekend. What 11 do we put out then? What tell me what 11 we even put out.
Go ahead.
Fernandez is back, right? Is he?
Yeah, he can play in this.
Yeah, you can play.
Right. It's not the Premier. Yeah. You got to go strongest again. You got to go Shaw back.
Casemiro again, right? He was one of the few guys that actually.
Martinez. I think so. And then you're gonna have to go Lindelof, aren't you? You got
Do you play your favorite
Bruno
Harry Maguire in
I
this one?
still say Scotty, Bruno, Scotty, Rashford, Ronaldo. Is Anthony fit?
Should be. He had was it a cold or was he a not? Sancho was sick.
I wouldn't put him on anyway.
Martial's back too, right? Got to have Martial. For me, Martial.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere for World Cup. He can play these last two.
Yeah, exactly. Start him and Garnacho. Obviously, that's why I go.
So Bandito, why is it that we struggle with Unai Emery? What does he do that we just can't deal with?
He's a good tactician, give him his credit. And he may not have, what he likes to do is make it difficult for a team to do what they want to do, right? So he doesn't have to be great. So typically with his Villarreal teams, they just made it difficult for you to play the way you want, and you have to change and do something else on in game. I think this this last Aston Villa, I think all our starters just the leggy, heavy legs, not going into challenges, just too many games, and all the teams, they had this really difficult schedule. We had, Thursday night football, to add to our schedule, and you could just really tell, there's too many games for the players that were out there, and they just really look leggy to me and just not sharp and crisp.
Well, I think our problem is the way that we're playing, with the high press. We are really lacking in our defensive ability if we lose the ball, and I think that's what he did at the weekend. Whenever we lost the ball, when it happens, right, even if we were fighting to get it back, once he comes over the top of that high press, the one-on-one with the defenders, and it's key with Lindelof. We're just backing off. And what's left of our defense when we go, and I think that he, the Villa coach, knows that, he sees that in our previous games. There's such a hole in the middle of that field when we lose the ball. It's just, and no one's filling it. And it can't be just because Bruno wasn't in for a game. You just can't, you can't rely on it. Just put it on one bloke.
Well, we know that Eriksen and Donny have defensive deficiencies, right? And Casemiro,
First of all,
at this state, would probably do well with a partner. I've been asking to go back to the 6-6 for a while. Do we see that as an option or no?
The double pivot.
Yeah, the double pivot. I mean, because Fred could have done a better job than Donny, right? I mean, we give Fred a lot of shit but Fred could have had a better performance than Donnie, right? I mean, Donnie looked like he had, that he had a clue.
Lost. But United's never been a possession team. We've never been a team where we keep the ball, we have possession. That's not how ever. I think that especially the Stretty end, would get very, very, very nervous if we just kept possession all the time. They wouldn't quite know what's going on. And we attack on a break. That's how we play. But we seem to lack our defensive ability when that's thrown against us. I love the way that Martinez is galvanizing that back four. I really do, and what he puts into it, you can't ask for more. But we're just lacking something. It's just something that's not clicking. It's like the ball doesn't get that extra yard. The runner doesn't get make that run when he should. I don't know.
I think you put your finger on it, Sinatra, where it was we were exposed at the back so much because our midfield wasn't controlling that space, in front of the center backs. And so you see Lindelof out trying to chase the ball high on the first goal, right? And we kind of lost that game, within the first 10 minutes. So, do you rotate guys? Do you guys put more defensive players on a double pivot? I think for a side like Villa, I don't think you do. I think you just go out and do what you want to do and try to dictate, through your offensive game and winning the ball back high. That's what Ten Hag wants to do. That's what he did at Ajax. That's why he's bringing the 2-3 in the back line, because he wants to win the ball back high and keep all of the play inside the attacking half. So that seems to be what he wants to do with the single pivot.
It makes me wonder if he will change, because whatever we were doing on Sunday, nothing was clicking, because we weren't putting in any tackles. We were letting the Villa players, carry the ball 40 yards without any sort of challenge. And you can't do that. Even a team like Villa that's not all world is still going to hurt you, right? Do we think that we need to, put in more physical players? For me, that's what we got to do. We got to put in someone that's going to bring in that extra punch and put them on their haunches instead of us being on our haunches the whole time. That's just how I feel about it. What do you think,
Okay.
Me?
Yeah, the maddest face.
Listen. I'm like this. I don't give a fuck what we play. The team that just kicked our ass 2 Ross Clock days ago, we're going to get to see them again. We should be going pissed off, aggravated, like, okay, some payback for this shit. Because they really kicked our ass. And let the Jamaican youth just run all over the place on him. You still need to lick his ass and put him on the ground. That game was embarrassing. He looked like shit. I'm confident that Ten Hag is going to have the boys ready. I don't care who he's got out there. I know that team's going to have to put Victor back out there. He can just show us something else again. That was embarrassing. I don't care. I just want to see. If I know we're going to come out there and be fair. And then we're going to drop out the tournament. We're going to exclude ourselves. Like, we don't want to play no more. We just wanted to play then.
Well, I agree. We got to come out.
It's a team pride right now. I know as a gaffer, Eric Ten Hag gets the chance to redeem himself. He just needs to show us something else too, because that team looked like they were prepared for anything that Jeremy threw it at us. And then the Jamaican dude is running all over the place like he was wild, like a wild mongoose. Ross Clark. But I love him. I love Leon Bailey. Absolutely.
You made a good point. Like, if it's a foot race with Leon Bailey, you ain't gonna catch no Jamaican, right?
You ain't gonna catch him. I know with Martinez, there's nothing he can do. That was genetics. That guy just took off. But yeah, play Harry. I don't care. Harry.
And then Sinatra, let me ask you: Is Donnie? Is he done? Is that it? Have we seen enough?
Done. I was listening to one of these other podcasts, and they made an interesting point that he's had like 60 appearances for United.
Oh,
so to everybody that said that Donnie hadn't had a chance,
60?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
When?
Where? 60?
He has. You go back and look, man. It's mostly
Wait a minute. Hold up. He's been with us. What? This is his third year.
yeah. It's mostly off the
it
bench
possible?
appearances, but he's had a chance to put his stamp on games and show,
last
hey,
year
like
was with Everton.
I got to
60
be
or
in the team,
16?
and he's never done that. Never done it.
60 or 16?
Bandito, can I ask you a question?
60,
Yeah,
6-0.
What was he playing? What position was he playing against Villa? Because he looked like he was at the forward and he was on the other side, and Rashford had to come down to the midfield. I was like, why is he over there?
Yeah,
I-
he kind of played what he played at Ajax when he was like on the FIFA World Player of the Year shortlist. It was kind of like what Bruno does.
I think there was a language barrier.
So those 60 appearances, he's just been so
Thank
anonymous.
you, Casey.
He's been so anonymous, and yeah,
I can't believe we got rid of Gardner.
I think he had plenty
I
of
agree.
chances, and it's just not good enough.
He needs to go out low.
He's got to
go
know.
out
He's gotta be
and
looking for a move.
play for
Well,
ransom.
Ajax has got to know. Ajax has got to be sitting there laughing like, yeah, we had y'all for that. I mean, you may have got Martinez, but we had you with Dottie. We had you. We had you.
But that's the kind of player that goes out on loan, not these youngins. It's like I've been saying, you keep these guys, youngins together so they feel part of the team. And guys like him, you put them out on loan.
I sort of feel bad for Donnie too, just from the standpoint of it's not that he's a bad player. He's a good player, but there's always that good, and then there's that good
Where's the
enough.
good?
You know what I mean? Like that, he did all right for Everton, and so that's probably his level. But we can't be having players that are okay for Everton and expect them to be stepping in for Bruno Fernandes. It's not reality.
I have no idea what he was playing in that game. He looked like he was.
I don't think he
did something
knew.
too much.
No,
And
he
this is what hurts me the most for Donnie is you think,
Why
okay,
you hurt?
maybe Ollie didn't really want him, and maybe that wasn't Ollie's guy. Donnie had his chance to get his guy. This is the guy that knows Donnie. This is the guy that brought him along.
Why you feel sorry for him?
And he's failing Ten Hag. Like he's taking a big old shit right in Ten Hag's face. And that's
Damn.
it's despicable. That's your guy. You know what I mean? That'd be like us getting fucking Tuchel in and you'd be like, Sancho, here's your boy, and him fucking the dog. And he's already fucking the dog. So not good.
I can't figure him out, but I can't figure him out.
And it's the step up from the Dutch league to the fucking Premier League is that's Mount Olympus.
It's not tough for Anthony. It's not tough for the ding dong. What's his name? Freddie De Jong. What's his name? What's the guy's name who's gonna play at Barcelona?
Ding dong.
But that's just
Is that
it.
racist, by the way?
There's good and there's good enough.
Man, all I know is they need to get that bad taste of Villa out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Out of the taste. They need to get it out of us.
For sure.
I can't wait till we play Villa, but I hope there's some shit house. Let Scotty play. That's who you let play.
Yeah, let Scotty play.
Oh, Scotty will fix some problems. Watch.
You can't wait for the ice cream, man. You're gonna get
So
your
Ten
Moo-
Hag also
you're gonna get your
mentioned
Moo Mir on Sunday.
Ten Hag also mentioned the early crosses into Ronaldo, not really working, not being part of the game plan. What the hell? What is the deal with that? Why are we forcing it with Ronaldo so much? I just don't understand.
3 weeks ago, I said we need to stop making him jump. It makes him look worse. It makes him look more unathletic. Just keep it to the ground.
My thoughts, man. You got to pull him back into the middle of the park. He could be a playmaker. He's got 2 years of at least of doing that, and because the way he can play the ball, his intelligence, experience. That's what he needs to do. But he needs to step back from being the guy that puts balls in it. It just has to.
If you're making it, you're gonna expose him more. You can't give him more to do. You can't give him more to do.
Not more to do.
If it looks worse.
No, I disagree.
Bandito, it seems like the way we force it to Ronaldo goes against everything that Ten Hag's trying to be about with our team, right? what I don't understand the deal with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if it's they're these guys playing with their hero and the greatest goal scorer of all time, and they see him, he's marked with 2 players, and they still throwing a cross at a weird angle and expect him to get it. Yeah, it's not working, and he's not able to have an effect on the game like he did not even 5 years ago, but last year. The drop off even from last year where
But
he
Randy,
did,
sorry to
he did
interrupt you,
pretty
you're
well,
right.
right? 20
You're
some
right, mate.
goals.
English.
You're right, mate. He does affect the game though, because he takes 2 players out, but they mark him. So we should be using that. And I apologize for interrupting you, but I didn't want to let that point go. He takes 2 players out, absolutely. So he does affect it. So why aren't we, using that? Sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah, but our guys are not doing like that. They're trying to get him the ball to score. So it's like you're saying that he's taking away the extra man, but our guys are still giving it to him.
Exactly.
So
He's the dummy run, and we're not using the dummy run.
Yes. Go on, Mike. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I don't have a problem if he's the best option and the best, the highest percentage or the best play at the time. But when he's clearly not, play the smart play, play the best play, play the ball on the ground, play the ball, around the 18. Send crosses from wide when 3 or 4 players are able to get deep and not just one, right? So that way we're 3v3 in the box is what you want, right? So yeah, I don't know what it is. It's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating obviously for Ten Hag. Yeah, I don't see Ronaldo being here past next year, maybe not even past January.
All right, boys, we're down to like 20
for
seconds here.
CR7 too.
Yeah, we're down to like 20 seconds. So that's it for us. 1878 Casuals. Like and subscribe. We'll be back again for another video. Remember, we're brought to you by Terrace Cult and Moo Mia. We'll be back again. Up the Reds. Glazers out.
Hey, English, I'm not going to get CR7. I just want him to stop looking bad.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, brother.